Welcome to A Better HR Business, the podcast that looks at how HR consultants and HR tech firms grow their businesses and how they help their employers to get the best out of their people. Remember, for show notes and downloads, go to www.getmorehrclients.com/podcast. That's getmorehrclients.com/podcast. Okay, let's get started.
Hello, great to have you along again. Thanks for joining me. And today I just want to share a really quick win that I've heard back from a client, and she is on the East Coast of the United States and she hasn't left her job yet, but she has now arranged for a new contract at almost $1,500 per day for a number of days per week. I think it's 4 days per week for an extended period of time. So if you think about that, she's got a nice juicy contract coming in, all signed, sealed, delivered, in which she's going to be able to produce work, get good client feedback, generate revenue, get a client logo on the website, the profile, all that kind of stuff. So some very early wins, which gives her a great deal of confidence and so on. And what I wanted to do is share two things. One is that thing, which is the win that she's had to get such a great contract in early days, to set her up to then expand and get new business and, really grow the business from a comfortable position. Secondly, just to explain that marketing and growing your business in the HR sector doesn't need to be rocket science. So I'm always saying that there are 100 different ways of marketing a business, from fancy things like advertising, using algorithmic advertising, constant posting on LinkedIn, email campaigns, cold email outreach campaigns, spending money to buy a booth or a desk or a stand at a trade exhibition, speaking opportunities, all sorts of things, right? There's just so many different methods. And if you've read my book that's available on the Get More HR Clients website, the key message in there is that from all of these different methods that you can choose from, the trick is to choose a handful, 1, 2, 3, even 4 methods that match your strengths and personality and work style and all that kind of stuff. So that's one of the first things. But what I see from working with hundreds of HR-related businesses around the world over the years is that it does match the strengths and talents of the founder or the business owner. I just find that generally what their preferences are matches what the business does in terms of marketing. So focus on that. And then you can align your strengths and budgets and everything to the best marketing methods. But the other aspect to all of that is that there are always a few things that tend to work better for all businesses, whether it's consulting, recruitment training, technology firms as well. And that is drawing upon the immediate network and immediate contacts. And so what we tend to do through the HR Business Accelerator, the HR Business Growth Hub, and in the book, is to say, well, start there. That's one of the best places to start because you've already got these people. It's free, all that sort of stuff. But the trick is to actually plan it and get a little bit organized, be proactive. So making lists of who you're going to be contacting and in what order and how you're going to be following up with them. But then secondly, what are you going to be actually saying to them? What are your offers? And that's what happened in this case with this person, where she took a little bit of time to think about what she was going to offer, how she was going to offer it, how she was going to price it. What are the benefits for the organization to take her on that contract, all this sort of stuff, and then put that offer out there, get the word out there. For instance, in this case, it worked. Didn't need to do all this fancy marketing stuff of LinkedIn and ads and hustle and grind. Just leveraging that one marketing channel has done it. Now, the idea is that over time, you want to increase your referral rate, maybe add in a few other marketing channels so you're not reliant on this one source. That's just good business to have a little bit of diversification in your marketing. But certainly at the start and in the early days, you should be leveraging that. So that's a key message, is to focus on your strengths and preferences and understand what you're good at and how you're going to leverage that. 2 is just work your existing network, have a plan in place of who you're going to contact, when you're going to contact them, and then what you're going to be talking about, what are your specific offers. And then 3, and this is the big one I see everywhere, is taking action. So the people who tend to grow successful businesses in the HR sector, I just find that they're not smarter or wiser or richer or better connected, all this kind of stuff. It's just that they tend to take a lot more action. So if LinkedIn is one of their marketing methods, then they're just on there all the time. They're not necessarily writing War and Peace or any genius, profound statements. It's just they're there a lot. And so they get seen, and then the connections are made and the introductions and so on. If it's speaking opportunities, then they are hustling to get speaking opportunities and then to work out the right angles to deliver the right presentations and so on. But they're taking action to make that happen. So that's another key element, is the taking action side of things. So if that's you, if you're thinking, I want 2025 to be my big year, then I would urge you to think about what we've discussed here. Take inspiration from this amazing person. And I haven't given her credit here. I sort of jumped into the story, but she just took action and really thought about it. And she paused and realized she's got so much to offer to businesses, and they've seen that. And so that's why they've rewarded her or recognized this with a new contract for consulting purposes. So kudos to her for what she's done. I think you could transfer that to you for 2025, for you listening. It's going to be a big year and plenty of opportunity. So take action on that. Do check out the HR Business Accelerator, but particularly check out the HR Business Growth Hub with the HR BizBot, which is all about taking action. So, the AI tool that just does stuff for you. Fill in a couple of questions and bam, out pops some of your marketing material or your plan or your HR service structure and pricing, all that kind of stuff. So it's all about saving you time, but more importantly, if you combine that with the learning and some of the ideas and strategies that are shared in that growth hub, and you supercharge it, what a terrible word, but supercharge it with AI, 2025 is going to be a great year. So yeah, congratulations and so on to this person who's won this great deal. And to you listening, take that inspiration. Think about, even if that's small money for you or big money for you, whatever it may be, however it fits into your life and your business, take that inspiration, think, I can take action and get results if I just push it and have a really great start to 2025 and beyond. So I hope that helps, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us today on A Better HR Business, the podcast that explores the world of HR consulting and HR tech businesses. For show notes and downloads, go to www.getmorehrclients.com/podcast. That's getmorehrclients.com/podcast. Remember to subscribe and share the show with any friends who are busy growing a HR business. Thanks, and see you next time.